Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the Duke here, coming at you once again on this slightly overcast, slightly moist. Everybody has an issue with the word moist. I say moist can be sometimes good, like if you're talking about cake. But you know what you never want? Soggy. Like, yeah, look at this delicious moist cake, and over here we have a soggy cake. Like, okay. Anyway, welcome once again on this beautiful Friday morning. My name is the Duke. It's the weekend wrap-up, folks, which means the weekend is coming. So we made it through the week. Woo! Not a lot to wrap up this week, actually, because I'll tell you why. So Monday I was working on some 3D print stuff, and I have some failures to show you. So we're Mrs. the Duke and one of her internet best friend, not JN. Mrs. the Duke and her internet best friend have been pseudo publishers. Well, I mean, they are publishers. They published one book back in 2000. I believe it was 2013. Maybe it was 2012. I don't know. But it was almost a decade ago. Since then, life intervened. But they're talking seriously about getting the band back together and getting a second book published that's basically finished. Like, it's just been sitting there. Like, the stories are done. It's short fiction. The stories are done. They're edited. They're completely finalized, ready to go. Authors have signed off. Cat decided to use the couch as a scratching post. So, cats, man. So it's done. It's ready to go. It just basically needs to be formatted for printing, and then released into the world. So they're talking about getting that system back together. And so I was like, hey, it'd be cool is if we took the logo, because the logo is a rocket taking off. If we took the logo and I made a 3D model of it. And they were like, what? I was like, yeah, I custom made these dice with the with the little faces on them, so I can model stuff. And they were like, okay. So my first attempt, actually this is not my first attempt. My first attempt actually worked pretty well, but, so what was a but? Excuse me. It wasn't, I felt like it took too long to print because it took damn near 3 hours to print for something this big, and it didn't really look that much like the logo. So I went back to the drawing board, and I was like, okay, take two. So take two looked a lot better. I don't know if you can see that. Take two looked a lot. You'll notice there's something missing. There's two legs missing from the rocket, and there's supposed to be a little pinpoint here. Let me see if I can show you. On one of the other legs, supposed to be a little pinpoint there on the leg, right? So I dropped this one, which is why it's now the Challenger. So I was like, okay, well, that's not gonna work. I need it to be, I'm not imagining that people are gonna play with these things, but it should be a little bit more robust than that. So I went back to the drawing board, and I was like, okay, what if I make the base bigger? What if it's smoke? What if it's a cloud of smoke? So I made a cloud of smoke. The white stuff on this is super glue, because you'll note there's something missing from this cloud of smoke. It's the rocket itself. So here's the rocket, quite a bit smaller than the next one, than the second try, which I also didn't like. I was like, I don't like the fact that the rocket is smaller. So I was like, because it was supposed to be like that, kind of at an angle taken off. That light is bright. That one didn't work either, as you can see. So basically, I was taking off the supports, and the rocket started bobbling, and then it just bobbled right off. So, and then one of the legs broke. So I was like, son of a biscuit. So that's take 3. Take 4. Take 4 actually worked. Because I made the smoke cloud bigger, I made the rocket bigger. I reoriented the rocket to be not only, and I made the point of connection here at the top smoke, this point, bigger, and I pushed the rocket down onto that further, and I had 2 of the legs actually inserted into the smoke cloud. So 3 points of contact from the rocket to the smoke cloud, and then the big steady base. So that one, even with all those adjustments, I made it bigger too. So the rocket is more in line with the size of that one, and then not giant but bigger smoke base. So I made it bigger. Still only took 3 hours to print. Actually took close to 2.5, closer to 2.5 than it did to 3, which was surprising. So I was like, okay, this is a thing. This can happen. And even with the base size, I feel pretty confident I could still fit at least 4, maybe 6 on a single plate for mass production. Which if I'm because here's the thing, we're thinking about doing a Kickstarter for the book, and I want one of the add-ons to be the rocket, model rocket logo, model rocket, whatever, little thing. And so I'm like, why is there a cat in here anyway? Then I close the door. So I was like, okay, well, it needs to be repeatable. It needs to be shippable. Like, I don't want these things getting broken in shipping. That would suck. I'm still not sure on that. Like, I might need to make some further adjustments. But it's definitely a start. It's definitely working better than the second and third attempts did. So that's what I did on Monday. Over the weekend and on Monday. And then on Tuesday, I woke up and my back was like, hey, F you, buddy. So I was like, okay, guess I'm not getting anything done today. So then I went to bed kind of early, got up on Wednesday. Back felt better. But my right shoulder was like, hey, I heard that you're a douchebag, so F you too. And so I was like, well, I guess I'm not getting anything done today either. So I did some stretches and whatnot, and then Thursday I woke up still not great. Shoulder still a little bit effy. So yesterday I kind of took it easy too. Which is to say, basically this rocket is all I've got going this week. Because what I wanted to do, and I think if you watched last week's episode, what I wanted to do was I wanted to polish up these 3D printed dice, these custom masters, get those in molds, because what I was planning to do was get those in molds, get them set, get them ready to go, and then actually pour them for my commission. Because the commission is for a Christmas gift. You'll note it's September 30th. I would like to get these dice out the door by certainly no later than mid-October. I was hoping to get them out the door around the 1st of October. That's not going to happen anymore. Anyway, the best laid plans, right? But I think I can actually get that done today because shoulder is much better. Get those dice sanded down and polished up. Get them in the first half of the mold and the bottom of the cap mold. Get that poured today. I also want to pour something because my mom's birthday is coming up, and I want to make her a little resin figure. I think I've showed you those before, but I have one that's a cat. She likes cats. Who doesn't like cats? Like, if you don't like cats, you're a psychopath. Sorry. I'm not saying you can't like other animals. I'm just saying cats are cool. So yeah, I was gonna make her one of those. So I'll do that. Probably won't do that today, but I'll probably do that next week. So that's the week in review. So week ahead, getting those molded, getting those polished up, molded. Poor the cat. You know, I'm ignoring the elephant in the room. This behind me, if you'll see. So there's, first, this is up on the wall instead of just sitting on a table. So that's super cool. And then this neat little solid piece of 400 pounds of wood here behind me is a turn of the 20th century roll top desk. I believe it's a Rand and Leopold. This piece right here rolls down to cover the work surface and then lock the door, the drawers. And there's a little key here. So if I can show you the key, it's pretty cool. Look at that! Isn't that neat? Solid little brass. I don't know if it's brass. Steel key, whatever. So that's that. We've had that for like almost a year, but it's just been, I haven't had the space to actually set it up because it's big. Phrasing. It's like 4 feet long by 3 feet deep, and I think 3.5 feet tall. So it's a big boy. So we finally got the space in here to actually set it up. Brought it up from the garage. First had to get the rodents out of it because it had become a mouse hotel. We got them out. They're now in the wilderness, wild and free. And then, obviously cleaned it up and disinfected it and all that. And actually, some of the drawers are not usable right now. So Mr. the Duke is an aspiring woodworker. So he's going to put the key back in there so I don't lose it. Maybe. There we go. So Mr. the Duke is an aspiring woodworker, so I think he's going to tackle the drawers, because really it's just the bottoms that are no bueno. And then I think the tops can maybe just be sanded a little bit and then stained and sealed, or just sealed really. Staining this thing is going to be a huge undertaking, so I don't want to do that right just yet. But I think replacing the bottoms and the drawers that got mouseified, and kind of sealing that interior area is a project that's not huge and not too daunting. So right now there's only like two drawers in the desk because the other five had mice in them, and things happened that mice do. So yeah, those bottoms are going to get replaced, and then they're going to get brought up. Right now, I'm not really using the drawers anyway. I've just got stuff in the little cubbies and whatnot, which is super handy. So yeah, that's a project for in the future, not necessarily next week. Yeah, I think that's it. Actually, on time today. So the question for all y'all. Listen, all of y'all. It's a question for you all. Is in this economy. Are you thinking about Christmas? Are you thinking about gift-giving holidays? Is that something that you start thinking about early, or are you last-minute shoppers? Like, what's your mindset? Like, if you're not done with your Christmas shopping or your holiday shopping by Thanksgiving, are you a failure, or is Thanksgiving the absolute earliest you start because Black Friday is where all the deals are? Let me know in the comments on. Not in the comments on YouTube, because YouTube is a cesspool. Let me know in the comments on Coffee. Let me know in the comments on Patreon. Hit me up on Twitter, whatever. Let me know. Let me know what your feelings are. As for me, I'm mostly an early shopper because I like to get things done. First of all, I don't like waiting until the last minute. And, you know, there are other days for deals than Black Friday, because Black Friday is just a freaking nightmare. Like, the older I get, the less interested I am in, really in going out anywhere, but certainly going out in a crush of people that are only concerned about getting, you know, 20% off the hot toy or whatever it is. So let me know what your thoughts on that are. And, you know, be good to each other. Be kind to each other. That's all we got is each other, because corporations aren't looking out for us. So be good. Until next time. Peace.